Welcome to this session on lessons learned on COVID-19. So I am your moderator. My name is Ravi Kiran. I am the co-founder and director for Tudubuddy. This session is brought to you by Tudubuddy Limited and Learn to Lead. Today we have 4 speakers on the panel. So about the Tudubuddy, this is a online platform which is working with the schools and parents in assessing and finding the learning difficulties and finding the gaps and then helping them. This is an AI-based platform and available from www.tudubuddy.com. So Tudubuddy do conduct weekly championships to compete across the globe. It happens every Sunday evening, 7:30 p.m. India time. Of course, it reflects to all the other time zones. And Tudubuddy has presence in UAE, India, and UK. They just started stepping into Germany as well. That's about Tudubuddy. So as I said, we have panel has 4 people today. So the first speaker is Dilip Kumar, who is a principal in Meghalaya for CMCL Vidyabharati. And the next speaker we have is Hema Surupaneni, who is a principal for Epistomo Global School. She is based in Hyderabad. And third speaker we have today is Miss Gurleen Khokhar, who is based in Chandigarh. She is a international psychologist, and yeah, I will get into detailed description little later, just before her session. And the last speaker we have today is Harsha Afsar. She is based in Hyderabad. She is mainly coming from educational background and educational and entrepreneurship. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, perfect. Let me introduce Gurleen to you all. So she is an international psychologist and also a motivational speaker, writer, editor, and also she is the principal of Windsor Preschool. She has a bachelor in education and also a postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling. She is also working with few NGOs and also on the women empowerment and bringing back the children who are dropped out from the schools. And she has also lent her voice on few news channels on the psychological related topics. And she was also an ex-model in the fashion industry. Yeah, I don't know how Gurleen is able to do so many things in one life. It looks like 4 or 5 different lives to me. Yeah, it's amazing, Gurleen. I think we all should learn from your experience. And she also has been honored as a best teacher, and she's airing her views as a psychologist on relationships through an American transformational speaker by name Michael Mars.
Michelle Maras. Yeah.
Sorry, I pronounced wrong, I think. Yeah, Michelle Maras.
Yep.
Yeah. So over to you, Gurleen.
Yeah, a very good evening to all the ones who are viewing me and all other speakers who have done tremendously well in speaking all the topics that are really very important for us to understand and imply on. I think the best way to live during this COVID is to realize that the importance of human beings in our lives is really very important. Forgetting the education sector, talking about the topics that are needing a lot of light usually is even more talked during this time. So the structure of schooling and learning, including teaching and assessment methodologies, was the first to be affected by these closures. And I'm very sure only a handful of the private schools could adopt the online teaching methods. Their low-income private and government schools and the counterparts, on the other hand, have completely shut down for not having even enough of access to the e-learning solutions. The students, in addition to the missed opportunities for learning, no longer have even access to the healthy meals during this time and are subject to economic and social stress. The pandemic definitely has significantly disrupted the higher education sector as well, which is a critical determinant of a country's economic future. A large number of Indian students, second only to China, enroll in universities abroad, especially in the countries worst affected by the pandemic, the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, and China. Many such students have now been barred from leaving these countries. It has affected their psychological setup. If the situation persists for a longer time, a decline in the demand for the international higher education is expected. So the bigger concern, however, on everybody's mind is the effect of the disease on the employment rate. Recent graduates in India are fearing withdrawal of job offers from corporate sectors because of the current situation. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economy's estimates on employment shot up from about 8.4% in the mid-March to 23% in early April, and the urban unemployment has risen to 30.9%. Needless to say, the pandemic has transformed the centuries-old chalk talk teaching models for one driven by technology. And this disruption in the delivery of education is pushing the policymakers to figure out how to drive the engagement at a larger scale while ensuring the inclusive e-learning solutions and tackling the digital divide. A multi-pronged strategy is very necessary to manage the crisis and build a resilient Indian education system in the long run. So one immediate measures which are essential to ensure the continuity of learning in government schools and universities should be that open source digital learning solutions and learning management softwares should be adopted so teachers can conduct the teaching very efficiently online. The Diksha platform with reach across all states in India can be actually strengthened to ensure the accessibility of learning to all the students. Second, I think inclusive learning solutions, especially for the most vulnerable and marginalized children, need to be developed. With the rapid increase of mobile internet users in India, which is expected to reach about 85% households by 2024, technology is enabling ubiquitous access and personalization of education even in the remotest parts of the country. This can change the schooling systems and increase the effectiveness of learning and teaching, giving students and teachers multiple options to choose from. Many aspirational districts have initiated innovative mobile-based learning models for effective delivery of education, which can be adopted by others. Third, the strategies are required to prepare the higher education sector for the evolving demand and supply trends across the globe, particularly those related to the global mobility of students and faculty and improving the quality of and demand for the higher studies in India. Further, immediate measures are required to mitigate the effects of the pandemic on job offers, intern programs, and research projects. I think fourth, it's very important to reconsider the current delivery and pedagogical methods in the school and the higher education by seamlessly integrating the classroom learning with e-learning modes to build a unified learning system. The major challenge in the edtech reforms at the national level is the present situation is very important. I believe it's further important to establish quality assurance mechanisms and quality benchmark for online learning developed platforms. And many e-learning players offer multiple courses on the same subjects with different levels of certifications, methodology, and assessment parameters. So the quality of courses may differ across different e-learning platforms, but I think the assurance is needed, the authentication is needed. Five, I think the Indian traditional knowledge is well known across the globe, I think, which was not touched by any of the speakers, for its scientific innovations and values and benefits to develop the sustainable technologies and medicines. The courses on the Indian traditional knowledge systems in the fields of yoga, Indian medicines, architecture, hydraulics, ethnobotany, metallurgy, and I think agriculture should be integrated with the present-day mainstream university education to serve the larger cause of humanity. Well, I believe in this time of crisis, a well-rounded and effective educational practice is what's needed for the capacity building of young minds. It will develop skills that will drive the employability, productivity, health, well-being in the decades to come. And I believe that it will ensure the overall progress of India. And I truly feel, there are a few lines written by me as a psychologist, I truly feel when you have passion for something, whether it's teaching, whether it's any field of work, which Ravi mentioned, that how do I do all this? I think I have one word for it. If you have the willpower, the courage and passion to do anything during any time period, you will be able to overcome any challenge. जुनून होना चाहिए, शिक्षा का अधिकार सबको है. एक कदम और एक सोच होनी चाहिए, उसका एक इरादा बदल सकता है इस तकदीर को. I believe that every child has a unique potential to thrive in this industry, where everyone has the right to express their own thoughts through their mindset, and psychological well-being is utmost important of a child to develop into a great human being. And I hope that I make my nation proud and my parents proud. I belong to a defense background, and I feel that my father has taught me certain values, including my mother, who's from Africa but an Indian. I believe that we need to integrate different cultures, and irrespective of the difference of opinions, we should, as a team, work together. So without the team and without the people standing by me, I think my initiative of Windsor Preschool and Daycare stands to the ground. I believe we as a team, including Tudubuddy team, which has even effectively brought us all together on this platform to share our opinions, our thoughts on the education system, is really, really terrific. And I believe that this is just a beginning. It is never an end to anything. After a story is finished, there's another story coming over, and this is a beautiful chapter of COVID-19 which will remain very close to many people, in knowing that relationship needs to be valued, whether it's a parent-child relationship, whether it's a husband-wife relationship, or be it anything. No life should be taken for granted, and how much have we valued lives is actually been implemented during this time period. So I believe that my opinions have actually affected many souls who are watching us live. And if they need to connect to me, they can connect to Ravi or Ranjit, the team of Tudubuddy, or they can just drop in at my email, gurleenkhokhar@gmail.com, any query they feel they are having nightmares on. And I believe keep working hard, never give up in life, have confidence, which is utmost importance to live a better life. Whether the children are stressing on the degrees and the percentages, I believe this was a beautiful time period to realize what true potential actually means. It's not in the degrees anymore. It's in the all-round development of the talents, which are not seen by parents sometimes, and now it's even more evident in the kids. And I thank everyone who has shared their opinion on this show. I believe that we all are together, and I hope that I have many new things to learn from many more educationists. So Jai Hind.
Thank you, Gurleen. It was very informative, and so many different topics you have touched upon. One thing really struck me so much was potential in every kid. That is really, every kid is unique and amazing, and I'm sure people who are watching must be trying their way best to. Yeah, those who are not speaking, can you please go on mute? So thanks a lot for your time, Gurleen, on these important topics.
My honor.
Bye for now. Take care, all of you.
Thank you. And Mr. Ravi, the whole Tudubuddy team, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, all speakers. I loved your talk, Mr. Dilip, Arshia, and Gurleen. Loved your insight. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Stay connected. Stay blessed, everyone.
And Tudubuddy, keep going up with the good work. That is what I'd like to say. In times like this, we need platforms like yours.
Thank you, Arshia. Sure, we'll do our best. Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Evening. Bye bye.